I believe that Donald Trump and the conservative movement in this country selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party and the mainstream conservative white agenda. We got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics.
Now, when you think about who Dr. Umar Johnson portrays himself to be, because I don't know him, most of us don't know him. I don't care if you ran across this man for 10, 15 minutes. We don't know him. But even if you want to agree with him, disagree with him, bring up the schools, he brought up an interesting point on the art of dialogue, and shout out to the art of dialogue, man. You've been killing it. I salute you for your million subscribers. I really want to see you project higher than the Vlads of the world, man. Shout out the art. But Dr. Umar, man, we have to discuss one of your latest takes. And although I agreed with several things you said on that latest interview, this one has to be diagnosed. I don't know what's going on with you, but enough of the talk. Let's start the show.
If it's love, I want everything. Touch my soul, touch my heart, don't judge my mental. They told me that life is simple, been real since Papa Pimple. I started out in the Renault Sonata, the presidential. Speak once and listen twice. They told me that less is simple.
Guys, welcome. Come in. This is We Need a Reset TV, and I am your host, Gravitating Away. Recently, Dr. Umar came on the Art of Dialogue's platform, and him and Art has a great chemistry together. I mean, Art has a great chemistry with all of his guests in terms of he actually lets them talk. Take notes, Vlad. But I digress. He brought up a contrast between talking head Candace Owens and seemingly new talking head Nicki Minaj. And I want you guys to listen to all of this, and we'll get back with the commentary.
Black people making a mockery of him because I wouldn't want anybody to be made a mockery of when you lose your life in front of your wife and children. That is not to be made fun of. But at the same time, how is Candace Owens running around championing the legacy of Charlie Kirk, while at the same time you made a documentary trying to prove to the whole world that George Floyd was not suffocated to death by the knee of a police officer? So you will make a documentary to try to make a black man who was assassinated look like a criminal, and then you'll turn around and go out of your way and even put your safety and the safety of your children in jeopardy to champion the legacy of a racist Charlie Kirk, who Candace Owens refers to as her best friend. How in the hell can a black woman have a white racist as a best friend? Look at the things Charlie Kirk said about black women. Look at the things Charlie Kirk said about black men. But getting back to Nicki Minaj, I believe that Donald Trump and the conservative movement in this country selected Nicki Minaj because they needed a replacement for Candace Owens. Remember, Candace Owens has fallen out of favor with the Republican Party and the mainstream conservative white agenda.
When Dr. Umar Johnson alluded to Candace Owens not being Trump and his, hooligans, his cronies, not being their lapdogs, that is the face of MAGA, he's really talking about Candace seemingly getting off that plantation that she's now calling out a lot of the Zionist first MAGA Trumpers. And I want to play this clip, even though she's been on this road even right before her firing off of the Daily Wire. But I want to play this clip for more context.
Because you weren't his friend. He didn't like you for that very reason. Look at you, and I just think you are such a little worm. I could see you right now, probably. What can we get out to her? We're going to sue her into bankruptcy again, right? Sue her for every infraction, every word that I don't like, and every time my feelings are hurt. Because what you really believe in is Baal Berith. That's what your people believe in. You believe that you are contract lords and that people are not allowed to violate contracts or you will ruin them for years. You fire someone and you effectively stalk and harass them for years after. I'm here to let you know that I'm done with it. I am done with it. This one is so fully off of the mother effing plantation. Truly, Ben Shapiro, fuck you and the midget horse that you rode in on. And I say that on behalf of the world. I know you're going to get applauded by Konstantin Kisin and Andrew Christ is King Clavin and all of the people, the men who have to keep applauding what you do like you're a 4-year-old to make you feel good. But the rest of the world can't stand you. You're obnoxious. You have absolutely no values that exist outside of the Talmud. You describe yourself as a Talmudic Jew, and I've learned what's in that Talmud, and I encourage other people at home to learn what is in that Talmud so that you know what Ben thinks of you, because he doesn't just hate me, he hates you too, white men. He hates all black people, okay? If he's following the rules of the Talmud, I mean, when I say hates, they think that we're animals, that they have a right to own us, that they have a right to make us worship them, that they have a right to lie to us, that they have a right to sue us and take everything that we have, that they have a right to deceive us, that they have a right to treat Charlie the way that he treated Charlie while he was alive.
So that's what Dr. Umar Johnson was alluding to when he was mentioning Candace. So let's get back to the video because I really want to break down Dr. Umar's crazy take.
Because she's now exposing the Zionist control of the conservative movement and of the United States government. In fact, Art, I would argue that Charlie Kirk was assassinated, I believe, by the Zionist movement. Charlie Kirk began to question Zionist infiltration of the U.S. government. He began to question Zionist control of U.S. institutions, systems, and industries. And he began to get a little bit out of hand with his rebuke of the Israeli agenda. I believe that's why Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And I believe that because he was becoming so unapologetic in his criticism of the Israeli influence in America, along with the Zionist influence of America, that he was unalived. And because Candace Owens followed suit behind Charlie Kirk and she started exposing the Zionist control of the United States government, they had to distance themselves from Candace. So if we're going to distance ourselves from Candace, and this is Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the mainstream white conservative movement, we got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics. And so who better to use than Nicki Minaj? Now, I don't know why Nicki Minaj is doing this. I don't know if she's getting paid. I don't know if it's a favor. I don't know if it's an exchange, as some people have suggested. Okay, I don't know. But I know it's not right. I know it's wrong. I mean, look at all the black women, Art, who Donald Trump has had laid off of their jobs.
Now, if you don't know, Nicki Minaj has been facing backlash for appearing with Charlie Kirk's wife, Miss Erica Kirk. Miss Erica Kirk basically invited Nicki, God knows for what. I mean, I'm not going to go down that conspiracy rabbit hole with y'all. I'm just stating what I've seen. You know, Nicki went on and did an interview, and I just want to play this real quick.
This administration is full of people with heart and soul, and they make me proud of them. Our vice president, he makes me, well, I love both of them, but they're both powerful men, smart, strong, all of that. But both of them have a very uncanny ability to be someone that you relate to. I can relate to them. When I hear them speak, I know that they're one of us. Like, I know that they're not. Don't you guys agree?
So yeah, that was a short clip. It was obviously much longer, but y'all can watch the whole thing on your own. But Nicki's so-called barbs and, you know, all of her fans, I want to narrow in on her so-called black fans who are jumping ship because Nicki is seemingly a diehard Trumper, MAGA, etc., etc. I think it's foolish to think that now you can be outraged, but I don't even mind that. I only stand on this point. If you also didn't keep the same energy for 304, Meg Thee Stallion twerking it up on Kamala's campaign, and Cardi definite 304 messing up simple sentences like she was reading a Dr. Seuss book.
I do not take lightly the call to show up, the call to speak up, the call to deliver a message that's been on my heart for a hot minute now.
All I'm saying is there's tokens on both sides that looks like me and you. I just would like some of y'all to be in the same energy of outrage on both sides. So it's foolishness per usual, and I don't want to stray away from the topic at hand, so let's get back at that. Yeah, so in a nutshell, there you have it. I don't know if y'all caught on, but Dr. Umar Johnson stating that Nicki Minaj is Candace Owens' replacement. I'm sorry, but Dr. Umar Johnson, man, there's a lot of things people attack you on, and I've always been a staunch advocate for they can't attack you on your quote-unquote intelligence. But that take better have been for content. I don't know if you wanted a shock and awe moment. It made no sense to me. If it was solely about influence, then you have me. It's nothing new though. The Democrats go ahead and get somebody of entertainment, especially with the urban communities, i.e. blacks. For Dr. Umar to go ahead and really seemingly believe in the statement that the so-called MAGA movement, those that are in bed with the Zionists, to suggest that they are replacing Nicki Minaj with Candace Owens. Let me just say this and be clear about it. I'm not a fan of none of you coons personally. There's things that I agree with that a Candace Owens says, that a Nicki says, that anybody from any political affiliations. I'm a man that will latch on to the message versus the messenger, but I'm not a fan of any coons. But it's a problem if you're comparing a replacement of a Candace Owens with a Nicki Minaj. I mean, I like Nicki. I think she's better than the Cardis of the world, the Megs of the world. If it's just about rap, Nicki has my vote any day. But let's get this straight. As far as the optics, because we don't know these people, as far as the optics presume, Candace Owens would be the equivalence of Michael Jordan if we're comparing her to Nicki, and Nicki would just be an unknown because she's still trying to make it through training camp. Like, Nicki just started getting involved with this political machine. She respectfully has not endured what I've seen Candace endured of just being knowledgeable of what she's talking about. Again, we don't have to be a fan of hers. We don't have to agree with her. But I thought that was egregious for Dr. Umar Johnson to suggest that Nicki Minaj is replacing a Candace Owens as the talking head for the right-winged Zionist MAGA Trumpers.
And because Candace Owens followed suit behind Charlie Kirk, and she started exposing the Zionist control of the United States government, they had to distance themselves from Candace. So if we're going to distance ourselves from Candace, and this is Donald Trump, the Republican Party, and the mainstream white conservative movement, we got to find another black woman. We got to find another black woman who can compete with Candace Owens nationally and internationally to bring attention away from Candace Owens, who is highlighting the Israeli influence on American politics. And so who better to use than Nicki Minaj?
We're not doing that, man. We're not doing that. We're not going to placate to foolishness. And Dr. Umar, I could have easily made it about that non-existent school that still hasn't started yet, but that's too easy and weak. I want to talk about the idea that you really believe what you just said. But what say y'all in the comment section, specifically about the contrast of Nicki Minaj replacing a Candace Owens? Again, guys, before you make these comments, remember, I'm not talking about just the influence. If it was just about the influence, I could see a Nicki garnering a lot of support, regardless of what we're watching, with people seemingly not to be on her side anymore. I mean, it's just nonsense. But if it was solely based on influence, okay, but political knowledge in terms of making people change their votes or their principles, I just don't think Nicki can hold any weight compared to a Candace Owens. That's just me. But what say y'all in the comment section? This was Gravitating Away on We Need a Reset TV. Please don't forget to like this video, but I'ma holla at y'all.